guys, and welcome back to Western Australian 4x4 Adventures. We just got back from a trip up to Shark Bay, which was glorious. I went up there with my father, and what can I say, we bagged out every day, so you can't get a better fishing trip than that. Caught lots of black snapper, pink snapper, estuary cod, Rankin cod. We even caught catfish, which we don't particularly like, threw them back. Caught a couple of 70 centimetre spotted mackerel, which was brilliant. Overall, brilliant weather, brilliant trip. I didn't realise Shark Bay was as good as my old man was saying. So we'll definitely be back there in the future, and I'll take the jet ski as well. That'll be ripper. So we're back on the Mog today. We're going to finish up the roof card, carpeted roof card. We're going to, I'll show you through the 4-way camera system that I've installed, or partially installed, finishing off today. I'll run you through where I laid the wire and how I did it all. And generally I'll give you just a once over at where we're at now. We should only be a few weeks away from picking up the second air ride seat, and I've had some experience in that air ride seat now, and I tell you, it makes a world of difference driving. Hitting speed bumps, hitting potholes, you don't even notice them anymore. So definitely recommend the air ride seat. Also in this segment, I'll give you a quick rundown on Garpin's air ride seat, just so you guys know what you're getting for your money, which is, I think they're $1,100. So we'll also run through that so you guys know how it performs. Alright, let's get stuck into it. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all the new subscribers. We're going to keep uploading videos as best we can, as money allows us to upgrade, and as time allows us to get away. So stay tuned. Let's go ahead and get this camera system and roof console installed.
Right,
Thank
guys, gals, I've made the new roof liner. A bit of sawdust on it, but came up really nice. So I'm going to have the camera system mounted at the top, facing the driver's seat, so that's probably the best location for it. You don't have a whole lot of room in these Mog cabs to work with, or the single cabs anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that installed. Hopefully it fits perfectly. Alright everyone, we put a aerial in. We have radio now, digital aerial. As you can see, there's not much room to get in. Still got a little bit of dynamatting here and here to do, and I've still got to make this little steering wheel conversion cover. So I'll probably build some sort of cup holder, switch panel, you know, goes down to the floor, squared off there or something, that mounts onto that tray. But sound system pumps, I'll probably put an amp in there and an under the seat sub at some point. I like good music. And also we've put a TPMS system on it, so these just mount in and they wirelessly send a signal up to the front. I'll get up and show you. There's the unit there, you probably can't see anything, but yeah, basically it's all there, and that'll tell you tyre pressure in pound or psi, and it'll also tell you tyre heat temperature for each tyre, which I thought was brilliant. And that's motion sensor activated, so that goes on and off whenever you rock the truck or whenever you're in it, whenever the tyres move basically. So let's get this heavy thing in. Then you can see, guys, 49, 47, 47, and then you got the temperatures in there as well, and the time, and that's solar powered and it's never run out of battery yet. I haven't even connected the USB charger, so pretty good for 50, 60 bucks, whatever it was. Awesome. Right guys, let's move the Mog over so I can work on both sides. Always a problem with a suburban driveway. Alright guys, we've installed these cameras at the front of the tray looking back, which will help me with my blind spots, and I'll run some wiring up under there. You can see this is the stuff I've set up there, come down out of my 1-inch grommet. This tape will be removed, I just had it there to hold it. I'll get a zip tie there. And I'll get some 1.5-inch conduit to come back around here. So this will come off. This was just temporary. And I'll get some bigger conduit, but just followed the main lines. Just followed the main lines sort of all the way down. You can see up over there goes to the back camera. So just trying to follow the factory lines and keeping it neat. Alright, so now I just need to get some P-clamps, and I'll just run it up here, and it'll I've got some conduit for it. It'll run down behind the battery box, it'll drop down right from there, and I'll give it about 100mm slack, just so if the tray tilts, it's not going to pull itself out. Got that camera up, so the camera on the left, there's 4, but there's different ways you can split up the camera views. Still got to just fix the rubber trim around there. It's not all the way pushed in. Still got to conduit this stuff coming down from the roof, and then that'll sit up underneath this rail along the back, and then I'll have a conduit going down, runs at the same place where the airline is. You can see I've moved the airline from running here on the outside to coming out through the bottom now, and that works brilliant. Plenty of excess, you can see just the excess popping down, so if there's any flex or movement, we've got enough play.
I'll give you
a bit of a run around. Still got some rubber trims, I've still got some carpet pieces to make. These seat belts are going to be removed because I've got the air ride seat going in. That's alright because I'm going to keep the bench seat for future purposes, so it's all good. Still got the mud flaps to cut. I have the rubber. I'll get them prepared soon. Trying to keep true to my word of keeping everything sort of military, army. So, trying to keep it original, and even when I build the camper, it'll all be camo, and the camper will be half the length of the tray, the same shape as the canopy that's on there now, but maybe only 100 mil, 150 higher, not much higher. It's just going to be a sleep pod, TV, fridge, charge station. Under the double bed you'll have a drawer system that you can pull out and just drop the spare wheel down. We'll pull it back up, goes under the spare bed. On the back, have the quads, and then towing behind. I'm still looking to go through the auctions, keeping my eye out on Australian frontline machinery. If I see the right trailer, I'll jump on it. I still need to get this baby into the shop to get fixed. And I need to get the normal tow ball for the back of the Mog. I'll sort that out in the very near future. Right guys, so we're installing the last camera, and I've just been looking at the best way to bring it on over. Still got to put that one up, P-clamp it up. Looks like the cleanest option to bring it over is going to be basically, if we can get into this run, it'll get us right to where we need to be. But then I have to sort of jump from there to this line, and I don't like really jumping gaps. I like to just follow the line all the way around without jumping. So I mean, there'd be nothing wrong with doing that, I guess. It'd definitely save time, that's for sure. I could jump it straight over and run it over this with this line. Oh, tidy. And then come around. Actually, it'd probably be better to go through and up, and then come across to here and just P-clamp it along, so at least it's a mirror job of the other side. So also I might get rid of this muffler, because at the moment I'm going to get a whole new exhaust, but at the moment I'd rather have the exhaust blowing straight back, because it comes out the side at the moment, and with the wind we get here, it blows straight into the house. And if you own a Mog, you'll know this thing can fill your house with diesel. So we might get that done today as well. Alright, let's press on. Alright guys, I found something that'll work. I think it'll work. And save me going to the shops. Let's see how this goes. Can you see that? Yep. So it's a basically it's a zip tie mount. It has double-sided tape on the back, but double-sided tape is junk, always was. So I put a screw through it, and fingers crossed I can get a zip tie through it as well, and then Bob's your uncle. Looks like we can. My idea worked. Along and do the next one. Pliers and cut that off. I don't know how well you can see that, but I'll take you up close. I think that works just as good, and then it'll be held up across there. Let's finish that up. Let's see how far apart they can be. Probably go right there. So right about here. Space it out the same from the other one. Now those screws aren't long enough to go through the wood. They're only 10mm screws. Right, let's get a zip tie. Running dangerously low on zip ties. I have to go and make a trip. Good thing is these last ones are quite thin, so they fit through quite well. Start to see it held up there. If you can see that, put a bit more conduit on. I'll put one more here, and then she's done. Alright, we'll just slip a bit of this conduit on. Start down low. It's just a certain angle. And it just clips straight in, walks itself up. Take it to there and we'll tape it on up the top. Get a little bit of electrical tape. Alright, and I usually just pull it off. Whack it on just once, pull the conduit, and then you see, hopefully you can see that, yep. You pull the conduit up and through it, and then you just pull it nice and tight. See, that's how you lock your conduit off at one end. Now it won't move from that spot. We can secure it. My eyes will allow me. Thread in the eye of a needle. Pull it sort of taut to where I want it. And then trim off the excess. Oh. Right, it's on the driveway. I'll clean that up in a minute. But you sort of just see how it's taken from the camera. You got the connector there if I want to move it. And then it's going down the back, and I'll secure it out the back so that it's a bit neater coming down here. That'll allow it to move with the tray. It'll give it a little bit of slack there. Beautiful. Good God. Alright. just gently pull it through, get all the excess. I've got 4 10-meter cables. That's what come with the kit, so I've got a little bit of excess. Just a touch. May have had the option to go with shorter cables, may have. I said, no, I'll get the long ones because it's a long vehicle. Well, shows I wasn't really thinking that night because 10 meters is twice as long as this vehicle. Uh-oh. I may have not looped it. Back it out. Back it out, boys. Hold it at 'em. Yep. Back 10 meters before you can go forwards 10 meters. Son of a gun. Oh, let's try that again. Alright, jump onto that cable. I don't know if you can see there, but I'll follow that one. Come up to this zip tie point here, and then I'll mount up onto here with a bit of slack in between. I'll show you the location on the first 2 cameras. Got one just seated under there, which looks back. Very easy to change the location of these cameras, so if I ever want to move them, it's not difficult at all. And like a sneaky bugger, stuck the other front camera right there. And this will all be changed to a winch mount very soon, so this will probably have to move, but for now, what a brilliant spot. It works absolutely brilliant. If I need recover, I can just recover off these hooks until I put the other veneers back on. Yeah. Definitely makes life easy being able to see every angle. Guys, came with a remote as well. Here's the camera. It's 1080p HD. That's sort of how it can sit. Or you can have the sun guard on the top, or you could probably use it as a stone guard on the bottom if you had top cover. But they're waterproof up to 1.5 meters for up to, I think it was 45 minutes, something like that. Shockproof, night vision, all the good stuff. Let's go ahead and get this last camera installed. Alright guys, I have the camera on the other side mounted and adjusted and set to where it needs to be. Now I can look at running the wire and bunching up the wire I don't need. And you can see, hopefully it comes out on camera. Oh, aching back. Hopefully you can see on camera there, the bottom 2 screens. There's probably too much glare at the moment. Let's see if I can help that a bit. You can see they're almost perfectly lined up. Cars that want to overtake me, and as I'm reversing out I can see down the streets a bit, so that's going to come in handy. Alright Everyone, we are rapidly running out of daylight, but I have finished off the camera system. The last thing I have to do is to just run the line of conduit down the inside of the cab, but I'll flick you around and give you a look and at what we've done so far. Alright, last camera is in. Alright, I think I'm going to put one more support up here. It's going to be very hard for you to see, but I'll put one more support here. Got the excess hidden, can't really see it, and you won't be able to see much, but it's all run nice and neat. And I'll give you a quick squiz inside the cab. As you can see here, I've run it all in conduit, nice and neat. Not going to have too much light in there, but that runs into the grommet behind the seat, and this will all be hidden up under here. Alright guys, one question that came up is, or one question in my mind, but I know someone else will think of it. What if I want to tilt the cab to work on the back of the motor or the gearbox? How are we going to get all this wire off? Well, if you follow this up into the roof, behind the roof card, there's a quick disconnect, and that can be disconnected and pulled back down through this grommet really quickly. It's like a bulkhead plug. It has all of them going into one, so that can be disconnected if it ever does need to go in and get something done in the back. Just something I thought I'd answer because it would come up. Now the seat itself, as I said in an earlier video, I bought from a company here, $1,100 for the seat. Now, what's the difference between this one and a $2,500, $3,000 ISRI seat? Well, from what I can tell, and I'm no expert, it doesn't have a weight adjustment control. This is sort of automatic from 30 to 100. So I guess that's some sort of, the ISRI has a dampening control, how much dampen you have, sorry. And it has a height control, which means you can adjust your height. With this seat, you've only got two functions: lower the front down, maybe 2 inches, lower the back down 2 to 3 inches. So you have these two manual settings which can lower the back and then lower the front, bringing the whole seat down, and it has a 30 to 110 kilo automatic weight sort of dampening in it, so there's no adjustment to it. So you lose a couple of adjustment features. This adjusts back and forth. You have armrests on both sides, which you spin these little dials under here. You can raise the armrest up and down. It has a built-in seat belt. These seats are ADR compliant and tested. What do I think of it? Well, you're saving money. That's a positive for anyone looking to save some money. The comfort compared to the original seat, it's no comparison. This is far more comfortable than the original seat. Now, I've never sat in one of the ISRI seats, maybe a loader seat or excavator seat, but they're not like the correct ones. But I really don't see a difference. Driving along, even the speed humps in Bunnings and stuff, very comfortable. Very comfortable. Takes all that rigidity out of the ride for the driver, which is absolutely brilliant. So you got the rail here, which has quite a lot of movement front and back, which is good. So yeah, I approve of the seat. Now we'll only see over time how long the quality lasts, but I am going to get some canvas seat covers, custom canvas seat covers made up for them. You know, I guess you spend that much on a seat, you want to look after it, so that's why I've left on the bottom wrapper. But I'll start up the truck and you can see how it activates, and I'll show you a bit of the bounce in it. So it's already got air in it. That's about the bounce you're looking at. Armrest come down for the long cruises. Sort of tuck right in. You can lean fairly well back, which is good for such a tight space. There really isn't a lot of space in these single cab Mogs. It's just for driving. Your space is going to be in the camper on the back, but you know, my goal was to make it more comfortable and enjoyable to just sit in, chill in, cruise in, and not feel like you're driving a piece of agricultural equipment. More like a cruiser, a tourer. And I think we're slowly getting there. So we're back in the seated position where I sort of sit. That's where I'm looking, which is perfect. I adjusted the seat down so I'm looking directly out. The tint's above that. I just look up, there's the cameras. Muck around on the head unit there. I've got all the inverter and all sorts of stuff going on in there with the light and whatnot. I still got some work to do in there. I might put some rubber mat up on the top here, so whoever's sitting here can put their laptop up there, and you got the inverter to power it and all that sort of thing. I can dim the screen on the head unit, or I can just shut it off and it keeps playing. It's just a screen kill. Touch it, comes back on. I can adjust the brightness. Up here, you're only really ever going to use the camera system when you're reversing or off-roading, or hooking up a trailer or something like that. So otherwise, powered off. Doesn't affect it when I'm driving. I'll so you can play your music and then shut the screen off and continue driving, and all you're really going to see is your front and your dashboard. So next thing, I'll cut a new piece of metal, get it powder coated, all painted, camo colour, and then I'll start putting all the new gauges in. So that'll be fun. We're running out of light though today, so we're going to wrap this video up. Right guys, you can probably barely see me. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. We managed to get a little bit done today. I'll definitely have another video out by Monday. Just showing the inside. We got a little bit more dynamatting, a little bit more carpeting. There's always something to do, so stay tuned. We'll get another one out shortly, and thank you to all the new subscribers. Thanks for all the support, I really appreciate it. Have a great night, a great weekend, and I'll see you all again soon.